YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool. In this video, guys, we have another Funko review, rather a multi-pack Funko review, which I haven't done a multi-pack review in a long time. So we're looking at three particular pops in this multi-pack review. What are we looking at? We're looking at something really, really cool. We're looking at a Walmart exclusive 3-pack for Biggs, Wedge, and Porkins, the X-Wing pilots for Star Wars A New Hope. Now, I picked this item up about two and a half years ago, if I remember correctly, and I was very happy to get this guy in my collection. I have several Star Wars pops, but I said, you know what, this 3-pack seems really, really cool. Again, it's a Walmart exclusive. You can get it at Walmart or their website at that time, or now you can get it at, let's say, Amazon. And the reason why I say you want to go to Amazon to get this 3-pack, I checked it a couple days ago, and this thing's going for about $15 US. Rather inexpensive for a 3-pack of really cool Star Wars pilots. Now, one thing to take note, the Biggs Dark Lighter, the guy right here, which is on my right, your left, right here, this pop, is a resculpt, redesign of the original Biggs Dark Lighter pop, which is this one over here. Don't buy this pop. That goes for over $700 on the most recent check on Pop Price Guide. It is extremely expensive. If you want the Biggs character, get this 3-pack to get him into your collection. If you're looking for the X-Wing pilots, that might be an idea for you to really go down that road about. Another cool thing, this features the original design for the Funko for Star Wars, where you could detach these guys from the bases. I really like that idea. I wish it would have done that now going forward with Star Wars, but I guess I'm assuming licensing reasons and restrictions, they've glued the detachable base to the bottom of the pops. So I really think this is a really cool 3-pack. Let's go into a full breakdown segment. We'll look at packaging as a whole. We'll look at paint and articulation, and conclude in final thoughts for you, the viewer. Should you spend the money, about 15 bucks, to pick up this really awesome 3-pack with Biggs Dark Lighter, Wedge Antilles, and Jack Porkins? Stay tuned, guys. We're going to a breakdown. Alright, guys, we're in a breakdown segment looking at the Funko Walmart exclusive 3-pack featuring Biggs, Wedge, and Porkins, the X-Wing Fighter 3-pack. And the very first thing we do in our breakdown segment is look at the packaging and presentation. If you look over here, we have the Pop logo right there. No specific Pop thing for it, just says Pops. We have Biggs, Wedge, and Porkins. Of course, those are figures, as you see it going across. We got, of course, Biggs, Wedge right there, and Porkins. This is a nice window box display. We have the nice little Walmart sticker right there in the corner. All the faces are listed on the bottom, as you can see right there. A nice Star Wars logo on that side. We have a 3-pack listed there. A nice picture of their faces at the bottom. Same thing on this side right here. 3-pack, faces on the bottom, Pop logo right there. And on the back of the packaging, I want to bring your attention to something, because I didn't really notice this, as I talked about at the beginning of the video. I didn't know Porkins' first name. It's actually Jack Porkins. I didn't even know that until I looked at the back of the packaging. I actually learned something on this video. Rather happy to know about that, because I didn't know Porkins' first name. I do like Star Wars. I'm not a die-hard Star Wars fan, but on the back we have a nice black motif background. We have Pops, Star Wars, all the figures that would have been available in that particular wave right here, and all the characters are listed in this packaging with their full names. Of course, we have right here, we have Biggs Dark Lighter, we have Wedge Antilles, and as I mentioned before, Jack Porkins. So, but let's take these guys out of packaging and continue the breakdown. Alright, guys, we have our 3-pack of X-Wing pilots out of packaging. The very first thing we always do after we take something out of packaging is look at the paint and design. So let's actually look at them one by one. We have all 3 of them in the shot right here. Let's do them one by one. Let's move these 2 guys out of the shot, and let's look first and foremost at probably the main guy, I would say, is Biggs Dark Lighter. Of course, this, as I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, is Luke Skywalker's best friend. And he looks really, really cool. He's in his X-Wing flight gear. Looks very, very nice. I love the attention to the decals and the stickers that you see all over his helmet. He looks very, very unique compared to other X-Wing pilots. He has the blast shield down, I guess the visor you see in a down position. This will not move up. There's no articulation with this visor. What you see is what you get. He is sporting the orangish colored jumpsuit that the X-Wing pilots were known to have in the New Hope movie. I love the way he looks. He has his sort of mic hanging down, which is on right here, hanging down from his face. Do like that attention to detail. He is a bobblehead, as we mentioned before. Head will not move. It's not one of those special type of bobbleheads where you can get articulation from the head. It is a bobblehead. I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, you can detach the base. This is before the changeover that they had with the newer Star Wars pops, where you can't do this any longer. You can't remove the figure from the figure stand. There's a double posted figure stand. As you can see right there, it has 2 posts that you plug into the bottom of the figure's feet, and it will stand in place. I do like the way it looks. It looks really, really cool to do this. And most of my Star Wars pops that are out of packaging usually stay on this figure stand if they supported the ability to detach from it. I usually have that in place. One thing about the helmet, if you go to the back of it here, He has that sort of checkerboard design that, like, I guess you call it like a Finnish flag, but sort of black and yellow motif. I do like the way it looks. Looks very, very cool. Let's move on to the next one here. Next, of course, we'll look at Wedge Antilles. He's one of course, another friend of Luke Skywalker's, supporting a very similar sort of outfit that we saw for Biggs Darklighter. He has sort of this darker color material going across the top of his helmet, which he had in the New Hope movie when they had during the bombing run of the Death Star. I do like the attention to the details on the side of the helmet. It looks very, very cool. The face, of course, does have the sort of yellowish screen as we saw on Biggs, and he does have a mic right here as well, microphone coming down here so he can talk to his X-Wing buddies when he's doing the trench run. He is supporting the same sort of outfit that we saw for Biggs, the orange jumpsuit with the white middle piece. You see the, sort of the hoses that are coming down. He has the black gloves, gray boots, and of course he does also detach from the base. I do still like the effect, as I mentioned, as I talked about for Biggs. Wedge can do the same thing. Head this time doesn't turn also. You heard a click for a second there, but same sort of issue that we'd have with Biggs, you have with the Wedge pop here. So again, it looks really, really cool. He has the black and yellow, but going across the top of the helmet instead of the checkerboard pattern that we saw for the Biggs here. But same sort of black and yellow pattern going across the top of the helmet. Looks really cool, like the way it looks. And bringing up the rear, we have, of course, Jack Porkins, the guy who got blown up so spectacularly at the end of the New Hope bombing run for the Death Star. He looks good as well. This is, I believe, his very first sculpt, which is also, I believe, but I could be wrong, the very first sculpt for Wedge Antilles. This is the first time these guys have come out in Funko form. So Jack Porkins also supporting the black and yellow stripe going across his helmet. He has stickers on the side. He has sort of the Rebel Alliance logos on the top right here of his helmet. Again, the yellow shield that is down, and the comm mic again right here on the that's hanging out the side of the pop. He's also sporting the jumpsuit, the orange colored with the white and the hose coming down, the gray material and the boots on his feet, which are of course gray in color. He also can be removed from the base, as the other two pops can, and he looks good. He looks really, really cool. I thought the pop would be a little bit more heftier because that's what Jack Porkins is. He's a bigger guy, a little more rotund, so to speak, a little heavier sort of dude, but he looks good. He does look good in vinyl figure form. Happy to have him in the collection. Let's bring all three of the guys back in. We have, of course, Wedge Antilles, Jack Porkins, and we have Biggs Darklighter. So let's get them all three in the shot so you can see what they look like together. And they do look like they make up a team. I do like the way it looks. They have these sort of arrows on the helmet. I didn't mention it before. You have these sort of down arrows that are showcased on the side of the helmets. I do like the way it looks. I'm not thinking this is kill count, but they have these down arrows here on the side. You can see it right there. I'll spin them around also for right here, doing the same sort of thing. So I do like the way these look as a unit, as a group. It looks like they fit together, and I really think this 3-pack is a buy. In my honest opinion, I would think it's a buy, especially for a low price point like $15. 100% think you should get this 3-pack if you're a Star Wars fan, if you like the X-Wing pilots. Remember though, this guy here, his normal version came out, we're talking $700. Buy this 3-pack. If you want to save a lot of money, you'll get the Big Darklighter for your collection. With that being said, let's go to final thoughts and wrap up this video. Alright guys, final thoughts on the Walmart exclusive Funko 3-pack featuring Biggs Darklighter, Wedge Antilles, and Jack Porkins. If you're a Star Wars fan, you want let's say the X-Wing pilots in your collection, this might be a 3-pack for you. Price point is dead on the money, not too expensive. Even at this time and day and age, it's not hard to get a hold of, let's say from Amazon. As I mentioned, it goes for about $15, maybe $20 US. It's not difficult to track down, and I really recommend getting this if you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a fan of these particular characters, or you want to get an entire wave of guys in your collection that are X-Wing pilots. This might be the 3-pack for you. One thing I do like about on the back of the packaging, which I mentioned in the breakdown, you have all of their names listed. People might not even remember what Biggs' last name really is. In this case, it's Darklighter, which is of course this guy right here. We know about Wedge Antilles, and Jack Porkins. For me going into this review, I didn't know his first name. I just knew him as Porkins. That's what they always called him in the Star Wars movie. So this was kind of an awakening of knowledge, at least for my part, looking at the back of the packaging, I went, oh, that's his first name, Jack Porkins. Okay, that makes sense now. But I think it's a really cool 3-pack. I do like you can detach the figure stand from the figure. I mentioned at the beginning of this particular video, I wish Funko would have gone back to that mentality, but because I believe licensing restrictions between Funko and Disney and Lucasfilms, it's why they're now linking them attached to the base. But I still don't like that idea, but that is what it is. These guys can be removed, so it's a very cool point. I hope you do like this video review of this 3-pack, this multi-pack featuring, of course, Biggs Darklighter, Wedge Antilles, and Jack Porkins. That's right, I got the name right, Jack Porkins. Remember to click that like button. Always click subscribe with a picture of my face. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell to kind of be notified of my latest videos. And of course, last but not least, you can click the windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. I'll see you next video, and bye-bye.